Very usual letter Monday Philosopher, and welcome to this video, guys. Listen, can you guys even hear me? Can you guys hear me? So somebody commented, somebody dared to comment. His name is Go Al Shafei. This channel's video named Jiri Prochazka. That's the UFC fighter though, not the channel name. So get that correct. How to achieve anything in life. It's a must watch. And thank you so much, Go Al Shafei. Go Al Shafei. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sister. Nowadays you can be anything, so thank you. I'm not going to fall into that. Thank you so much, brother. I basically said, thank you, sir. I'll do a reaction today. And what am I doing right now? Even though I'm so tired, I just came back from work. Then we had guests, then we had to grill, and then we had to... Wow, so much stuff today happened. But you know what? Let's get right into this video. Sorry for the long intro. So this is the guy, Jiri Prochazka, a UFC fighter. He's actually a UFC champion. That is something new. How to achieve anything in life. Let's go.
How did an enlightened samurai become world champion in the UFC?
Weighing in at 205 pounds, fighting out of the Czech Republic, presenting Jiri Prochazka.
Jiri Prochazka is the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, modern-day samurai, and enlightened Zen monk, all at the same time. But how did he become this way? The very first thing Jiri did on his path to becoming a world champion was get in touch with his inner voice through solitude.
Solitude. So solitude confinement. Let's say he was just alone. Samurai, let's go. How did this UFC fighter become a great champion?
Po té pravdě v tom svém životě, tak musí být hodně sám, musí nad sebou, sám se sebou strávit hodně času.
Through weeks spent alone and countless hours of deep meditation, he came to the conclusion of his life purpose.
Musím prostě se stát tím nejlepším zápasníkem světa.
So this guy was sitting alone, and then he all of a sudden had a vision. Hey, I'm going to become the best fighter in the world. I don't think that is how it happens, but all right.
Potom mohl s tou vážností, kterou nabudu, měnit vlastně to smýšlení, to vědomí toho národa, světa.
So Jiri had one small problem. He had to figure out how to become the best fighter in the world. Luckily for him, he had a deep understanding of the inner workings of the mind, specifically the success instinct. Squirrels instinctively know to gather and store nuts, even if they've never lived through a winter before. Birds instinctively know how to build a nest and always know exactly where warmer weather lies.
That is absolutely beautiful, and that is because of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are his creation, so he of course put some intelligent design into it. And that is what we are witnessing.
Animals all have instincts to survive and thrive. These instincts are often called success instincts. Humans also have success instincts, but they're far beyond that of an animal. Also called the success mechanism, there is something deep within all of us that guides us toward our goal at all times. Whether you can consciously name your goals or not, you have them. The drug addict has goals just as much as the professional athlete does, and the brain and nervous system are leading us on autopilot in the direction of the...
That's absolutely true. Okay, that's actually a good thing. Most people, they have something inside themselves that they actually want to achieve. Some people just want to experience pleasure, which is alright. Some people actually want to find contentment in their life, which is really, really good. Some people want to find out why they're even here, where did they come from, and where they headed. It's all like people are curious, and they want to fulfill this. They want to discover or find out what they're curious about. They want to explore this thing that they're curious about, and they may think that they will experience. Most people think that they have curiosity. Let's explore it, and once you explore it, then you will probably get some pleasure out of that. But that's not the thing in most cases. People think that money and stuff like that makes you happy. But imagine having cancer and having and then after finding out that you have cancer, that you all of a sudden win the lottery. Is that really going to change your life? So the thing is, you need to be you need to be content with your life, and then whatever you get will just amplify, and it will basically just amplify whatever you're doing right now. And that is what I truly believe. If you're somebody who's donating money to a charity and you only earn I don't know, $100 a week. If you all of a sudden became a millionaire, then you have a lot more money to spend and to amplify your actions. So you'll probably donate a lot more than just a few bucks a week to some charity. Now you have $1 million, so now you can basically donate thousands and $10,000s of dollars.
Goals we think about the most. This is what we program our success mechanism to hone in on. For most of us, though, we're just living the same day over and over again, so we're constantly doing and thinking the exact same thing.
Okay, first of all, it's never just the same day. It's never just the same. There's always something new. Like guys, this is the philosophy that I'm going with right now. If there ever goes a day where I'm not learning something new, I've wasted that day. I've literally wasted that day. If I'm not going back, thinking, hey, that was very insightful, or that thing happened, I'm not going to do that thing again. That was a good thing that happened. I'm going to try that again. I'm going to do it twice, maybe. If you don't experience any of this, if you just play a game and you just watch a movie or something like that, and you do that for like, I don't know, most like for years on end, there's definitely something wrong with you.
So the goals our success mechanism programs
And you basically need to try something new.
itself to achieve are exactly what we're already doing. Thus, we can get trapped unconsciously on this hamster wheel as our success mechanism believes what we're doing every day is our goal. To reprogram one's
He's basically talking about the whole, how the system works, I guess.
success mechanism, they must recalibrate their mind to constantly stay focused on a goal that is different from the experience they're having on a daily basis. With enough focus and repetition, the mind will work in harmony with the body to guide us toward the goal we stay focused on, and achieving the goal becomes effortless. To Yuri, the path to his belt seems effortless because his success mechanism is perfectly tuned to the goal that his inner being desires.
Protože když něco člověk opravdu chce, tak zatím půjde přes cokoliv, úplně přes cokoliv.
So there's somebody who says, let's say that you want to become a very successful YouTuber. Then you will need to do whatever you need to do to become this successful YouTuber. Now this can both be a good thing and a bad thing. Let's say that you get 1 million subscribers. What if you got 1 million subscribers, but you basically got them in a few weeks? You basically got 1 million subscribers in a few weeks, but you did some bad stuff. You did something that got you real quick traffic, or that got you a lot of clicks real quick. In most cases, then you will probably have something like a viral video or something like that, where you did something that basically flamed up emotions in the viewers. And let's just hope that you didn't do anything criminal, or that you didn't do anything cringe or anything like that. But if you want to build a fan base from that, then that's going to be very short-lived. Unless if you actually start slowly, and then you basically build your catalog of videos where you basically talk about stuff that's actually that actually contains substance, videos that actually have substance, and you gradually build your channel over years, like let's say 8 years, and then you get 1 million subscribers. That's going to be a lot better because you basically have this strong base of subscribers that's actually going to last for a lot longer. But the thing about just going straight for it, please be careful about that. Of course, do everything with a plan, but remember to execute the plan. Most people, they're just freaking lazy nowadays. So he is spitting some truth.
Já tu krev budu potit úplně a s láskou a rád, strašně rád, jako.
And this alignment guides.
So most people, they don't actually have this mindset. They're basically just, hey, I'm just gonna get an education, whatever. These guys, they know, okay, everything is boring. I'm just going to do this one thing that I'm setting my mind to. I have nothing else to do. Let me just do this one thing. I have the opportunity to do everything I can and put all my focus and energy on this one thing. Of course you're going to turn into something if you do that. But most other people, they will probably have a family, friends, siblings, something like that will probably distract them. They have a whole social group where they have to do stuff. They have to do their homework. They have to go to school. They have to apply for a job. They have to keep their job. They have to keep their friends. They have to keep their family happy. Maybe their boyfriend, the girlfriend, maybe their parent, the partner, their husband, the wife, the mother, the father, the parents, the siblings. All of these things, family and friends, they will definitely consume a lot of your time. So, and also your hobbies. So imagine living in the West and saying this type of stuff. You will never. It's going to be very hard to become something great in the West. Definitely with all these distractions there is today.
His behavior toward his goal on autopilot.
what you want to achieve in the life. And when you have all these things on the paper or whatever in your head, then your body and everything will start achieve that one thing at a time. Yeah.
Now it seems
So this is absolutely beautiful. The UFC champion Jiri Prochazka, he's basically saying once you have, if you actually write your ideas down, what you want to achieve on a piece of paper, it can be anything. It can basically be something monetary. It could be anything spiritual, in terms of anything about religion, anything about that you want to get some new friends. You want to get a new friend. A new friend group or something like that. And you write your goals down. That can actually be a very beautiful thing because now you've written it down and you have something to look at, something tangible, and now you can aim for that basically. That is actually a very good thing.
too simple to be true. If we have instincts built into us that guide us toward what we want, why do so many people not have what they want? First, most people don't even have goals. It's been shown that only 3% of the population has goals.
What? What?
Only 1% of the population writes them down. Yuri not only has a goal he's committed to, he cut out everything in his life that
Only 3% of what? Guys, that is why I get angry sometimes when I actually meet people. I meet people and they're basically just talking about the freaking Netflix series that they watch Wednesday or something. I wanna dance with my pants inside. All they can name the latest TikTok trends, and they can name the latest. They can actually name all of the actors or the staff or the actors from a series that has 10 seasons. They can name multiple actors and their birthday, and what they ate yesterday, and the color of their underwear. But if you ask them about their own life, it's going to be, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to work and get this money, you know. And it's just something. It's not anything tangible. It's not anything. Hey, I'm actually trying to set this up. I've invested this much money. All of this. So no wonder that I actually get that reaction from most people. I have my own goals. That's the reason why I'm on this channel right now. But that's actually very interesting. I learned something new today, I guess. Only 3%? Am I really a part of the 3%? That should be wrong. I think most people, they have a goal. I think everybody has a goal of becoming rich or whatever it is. But it may only be that 3% are actually running towards the goal. And if it's only 3%, then alhamdulillah, you don't have a lot of competition.
that wasn't related to it.
Ten hlavní smysl prostě toho mýho života a všechno ostatní šlo stranou. Škola, povinnosti prostě.
Then, in his relentless pursuit of becoming the best fighter alive, he realizes he has to master his mind just as much as his body to perform at his best. Through deep meditation, weeks spent alone in the woods, and days trapped by himself in a dark room, he was able to calm and center his mind, stopping it from being distracted. This is what he calls mastering his mind.
Be still with your mind. Control the mind for to keep it clear, to keep it straight.
Once he mastered his mind, he began to
Always keep your mind straight, guys.
toward his goal of becoming the UFC world champion all the time. Calibrating his mind on this constantly, he finds the path there is quite easy. All of the steps needed to take are revealed to him, including some he hadn't even thought of.
So here is another thing. There's a reason why Bill Gates and all of these guys, Elon Musk and whatever, there's a thing that actually drives them and makes them run their body on overclock. How they can actually overclock themselves as a human being, and that is in their mind. They basically instill this thing that, hey, I just need to do this. I need to achieve this. I need to achieve this goal. I'll do anything to achieve this goal. And it's basically like a drug addict who will do everything for a pint of Coke, a pint of Coca-Cola. Basically, that is how it works. Ask. Those are the greatest achievers in life, guys. That is the freaking drug addicts on the street. By the end of the day, they'll always have a pipe to smoke at the end of the day. Trust me. They will start the freaking morning with $0 and not brushing their teeth, but they will end the freaking day with smoking their teeth out and still have $0. But at least they got their pipe, you know. So that's the thing. Ask them how they're achieving their stuff, and they will not tell you that. I just go by the. No, they will actually tell you. I need this crack, or whatever. And of course, you always have to have a reason. That's actually very important.
Ta tě prostě vede, jako když se napojíš fakt na sebe samotného, tak víš, co máš dělat.
Some of the steps revealed to Jiri through his success mechanism.
But this is very simple and generic. I don't know how.
Obvious, but
Maybe
some
the
of them are
basics
unheard
is.
of. And what's amazing about Jiri is he follows every single instinct given to him. Training while fasting for 5 days straight.
To bylo těch 5 dní půstu a do toho jsem ještě tam trénoval. A tak nějak jsem se snažil jít prostě až na hranu prostě toho, co snesu. Protože mě to prostě takhle vedlo, no. Ty to snesu. Protože mě to prostě takhle vedlo, no.
Because that is how it guided me.
Teď už nevím, jak to...
I let myself be guided by intuition, some superior me, whatever you want to call it.
Shadowboxing a 1-2 combination for 24 hours straight.
Jo, tak
The first and second were 12 and 16 hours. Then the third time I shadowboxed the 1-2 combination for 24 hours straight. Damn, just 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. That's actually very good for 24 hours straight. And he was fasting, so he shouldn't really go that often to the toilet or eat anything for that matter.
For 3 days by himself.
I did that many times. Like it's like it's a part of training.
Now, while these might seem crazy to outsiders, to Jiri, they're necessary steps he must take in order to achieve his goal. His success mechanism gives him ideas and revelations that will help him achieve his goal of becoming UFC champion. And part of what makes Jiri so special is that he follows through on every single one of them, no matter how bizarre they seem. Most would write these ideas off as illogical or not needed, but Jiri trusts his instincts completely and follows through with complete control.
That is absolutely beautiful. Somebody who can write something down and tell you, hey, I'm going to... That is he's basically the definition of walking the talk. That is basically what he's doing, what he's done.
Over his mind and body, and the result.
And if you can actually be that kind of person, you are basically... You have a good light ahead of you, trust me.
Are undeniable.
Who is cutting his hair, by the way?
Jiri has an unheard of 97% finishing rate. This is the highest rate in not just the UFC, but in all of combat sports for any fighter with over 15 fights.
And by the way, to this channel, Psychology of the Fight, please stop using copyrighted music, man. I'm getting striked over here.
So how did Jiri accomplish this? What separates Jiri is his unbelievable mindset. In his early career, he felt extreme fear during his fights.
Boj o holý život. Prostě já jsem tam nastoupil a jak kdybych prostě...
He says, my first fight, I instantly felt like I was drowning. I started throwing kicks and punches in a panic-stricken manner to win.
Se začal topit, jo? Prostě panicky jsem začal mlátit, bouchat, kopat, abych vyhrál.
But through a combination of conquering his own mind and tuning his success mechanism toward his goal of becoming champion, he no longer feels these negative emotions which do not serve him.
I don't feel the pressure because the
Oh,
pressure
come
is
on, brother.
here. And when you work with your mind daily, or non-stop,
That's actually true. If you can master something like your mind and stuff like that, something like exams, job interviews, speaking to I guess you can say that, speaking to somebody you actually like or love, and tell them how you feel, that's going to be a breeze. If you can control what's up here.
then you don't feel pressure.
Obviously, when he steps in the cage, he has a huge advantage over every other fighter who feels these emotions. Wonderboy has almost 100 fights and still feels this.
I've got over close to 70-something fights, and I get nervous every time. every time. Like, I feel like I'm about to die.
Not only does he not feel pressure or nerves
What is it with these men in the West? They always want to talk about their feelings, and they think that saying that you're scared of something makes you brave. And it's really not. It's really that you're scared. Okay, we get it. We can actually see that you're scared. Of course you're scared. You're a human being. But then you act in a way where it looks like you're not scared. That's actually a much healthier and better way. Instead of us just having a bunch of guys who just want to talk about how scared they are, or how scared they were. Like, all right, maybe it's just me, but I just think it's too much. Especially nowadays, everybody want to talk about the feelings and how they feel about stuff, and it's just, man, get in the cage with you and get beaten up. Come on, that is what we paid for.
before fights, he no longer feels fear during the fights.
Že jsem se v tom začal cítit lépe a lépe, že už jsem začal...
I was able to control my mind for a little bit,
Krotit, jo, a začal jsem
which
se v
was
tom
all in
cítit
feeling much better
dobře.
during the fight.
Complete control of his mind leads Jiri to feel no pressure and no fear. Yuri's complete control over his mind also gives him one last advantage over every fighter in the world. This advantage was discovered long ago by the great Spartan king Agesilaus. When he was asked what was the most important warrior virtue, he replied,
That's my little brother.
contempt for death. Yuri, who subscribes to the code of the samurai, has adopted this philosophy.
Že byly prostě ta rozhodnutost v to, když přijde ten okamžik toho výkonu.
They're ready to die and nothing can affect that. That is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm literally, if you have the mindset that, hey, this life is just temporary, there's another life after this, welcome to the afterlife, let me introduce you to the afterlife. Everything you do will basically be, it's really just that person that you just lost. Okay, I guess I'm going to die soon, too. The thing is, it's good to be stoic sometimes. It's actually very good to be stoic sometimes. No matter what they want to tell you here in the West, don't always talk about your feelings. Especially, like, nobody wants to sit next to a person who just complains and cries every day and talks about the feelings. It's just too much. Yeah, but this is actually something very cool. That is also an idea that I subscribe to, and it's basically in our religion, Islam. Alhamdulillah, It's always good to think about dying. Not good. It's always good to be reminded of death, because that is actually something that we will all be looking forward to. That is something that we will all witness, or that is promised to us all.
Ho nemůže nic ovlivnit.
The strongest instinct inside of all of us is the instinct to survive. To be able to override this instinct is the greatest sign of Yuri's mastery over his body and mind. This mastery ends up making Yuri a world champion. To win the belt, Yuri fought Glover Teixeira in the 2022 Fight of the Year.
Glover!
During this insane back-and-forth fight, Yuri was rocked multiple times and in many terrible positions, yet he fought through and eventually made Glover tap with 30 seconds to go. These two men both showed insane heart and determination, but one thing separated them. Yuri was prepared to die in there, and Glover wasn't. This difference ends up being what would crown Yuri the UFC light heavyweight.
It's always, guys, when you're at this tip high level, right? That is the funny part. That is what I learned. It's the small difference that makes the biggest difference. It's always the small elements that makes the biggest difference. These guys both know how to throw a perfect jab, how to throw a perfect right hook, perfect cross, uppercut, and stuff like that. They both know all the basic fundamentals. But what else do you have at the tippity top of the iceberg? That's the funny part. So here comes something like mentality. That's not something you can always just train. It's something you're also born with. But it's definitely... let's just say that you can train it for now, just so people don't get discouraged. No, it's actually something that you can definitely train. Sorry for that. But my point being is just that it's these small elements that's going to make the biggest difference. And that is why Jiri Prochazka basically won. He was willing to sacrifice everything and die for it.
Heavyweight champion of the world, finally achieving what he set his success mechanism to. It is possible to infer that Yuri's insane training methods that his success mechanism guided him to are what led to his eventual conquering of his mind and contempt for death, which in turn made him a champion. Jiri Prochazka may have wild training methods, but his results are undeniable. The highest percentage of finishes ever, and one of the quickest paths from UFC debut to champion. Here's
That's
how he did it.
absolutely
First,
beautiful.
spending a lot of time alone with his thoughts in order to hear his inner voice more clearly. Once he connected with his inner voice on what purpose he wanted to achieve.
Okay, don't listen. Okay, for most of you guys out there, don't listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice is probably going to tell you to watch some bad stuff, to do some bad stuff. Watch some bad stuff and also do some bad stuff. That's just two things that's very bad for you. Most people, they actually need a good support system. So basically, be in an environment where you can see yourself growing. And not with a bunch of guys who smoke weed and who basically drink and do also drink every weekend and stuff like that. And I know so many losers, man. It's just, how do people look forward to drinking in a closed up room with loud music and just sweaty people? It's just so, how do people look forward to that? Man, focus on your goals instead.
He conquered his mind, then kept the image of
And here's the thing, they will drink so much that they can't even remember that they had fun.
the goal in his head constantly. Finally, when the repetition pierced through into his subconscious success mechanism, he followed through wholeheartedly with all of the instructions it gave him, no matter how strange they seemed to anyone else. If I could summarize Yuri's secret, it would be this: trust yourself. If you want to learn more about trusting yourself, check out this
I think
video.
it was more than trusting yourself. I also put that it's actually a very good video. So thank you so much, Psychology of the Fight. Guys, please go and subscribe to him. I just subscribed to him. There we go. Please go subscribe to Psychology of the Fight. Beautiful video. I think we're going to do Israel Adesanya next, the Psychology of the Inner Voice. That is so freaking exciting to, guys. I'm hyped for that Israel Adesanya video. I'll just do it tomorrow, I guess. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment down below. See you in the next one. This was so beautiful, but I do not believe that it was only Jiri Prochazka just trusting himself. I also do believe that he had this thing about that he was willing to. He literally said, if you have a goal, do everything that you can to achieve this goal and overcome any obstacles, right? Overcome any obstacles. That means even if you have to sacrifice your life. And he was willing to do that against Glover Teixeira. And that is how he won, becoming UFC champion. I don't know if that was the fight where he became a UFC champion, but that is basically how to sum it up. I will also add trusting yourself and achieving everything and sacrificing your life, even if it comes to that, or being willing to sacrifice your life to achieve your goals. If that isn't something beautiful, I don't know what it is. We can all take a book up. We can all take a page from Jiri Prochazka's book. And thank you so much, Psychology of the Fight, for actually providing us with such a great video. Guys, please go subscribe to Psychology of the Fight. This has been an awesome video where I've learned a lot. Only 3% of people are freaking. Only 3% of people are actually chasing their dreams. Guys, we will definitely become a big army here on YouTube, and we will all be an army of people who want to achieve their dreams and people who want to freaking encourage each other and motivate each other and also respect each other on their path. That's going to be a very beautiful journey here on YouTube. So thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below. See you at the next one.